Ryder here. How's everyone doing? I'm gonna try to review this episode without getting canceled. Listen, I just want to say, my gosh, this is if I was still doing webtoons or something like that, I feel like this would be the perfect episode to say like, yep, that's me. I'm Nathaniel, even though not really, because I'm a former Nathaniel. You're gonna see why in a minute. But yeah, Vince Ryder here. For those that don't know, I used to do webtoon content. I know people are still subscribed to me, still waiting for that said webtoon content. It's not the type of webtoon content that you might think of, in case you know, which is Let's Reads, which I can't do because I'm tired of getting terminated. Okay, can I just say that? Why? What is the point of ever doing certain content if you know you're gonna get terminated? I don't want to get terminated anymore. Can I please not get terminated this year? Can I please just And that's when I'm like, yeah, there's a lot of internal emotions because. So when I look at Nathaniel and him striving, even though he's not gonna be a Let's Reader or something or a person that makes webtoon content, he still does in a sense, or he's making web comics, and then I can definitely see him somewhat being into webtoon for sure. And me, I see myself in that in a sense where I'm like, that's not the end all be all, like that's not usually where your self sense of happiness is. At least for me. I mean, I'm not a writer. I'm a writer. I'm not a webtoon writer. Okay, but I know for a fact that I see just bits and pieces. And I just had to do this, review slash, thoughts. This is just my thoughts. I'll leave even though it's called a review, I'll leave the authentic word, quote unquote, review to the professionals. The quote unquote analysis, yeah, that's below my pay grade. I'm going to just leave that to the professionals. And I just want a quick warning, okay? When I'm serving you a dish, you don't expect it to be busted, okay? Don't expect it to be bomb, because let me tell you, I don't think any of my dishes here that I'm serving you is not that good. Listen, if you want to go, don't expect it from the other restaurants when I'm serving you something. It's not like that. That's a terrible analogy, by the way. I don't know what I just said there. But basically what I'm trying to say is that my reviews are not hot. It's spicy. No. The other reviews that I've seen or videos that I've seen about this episode or just any episode in Miraculous Ladybug, the real Miraculous YouTubers, give it to them. They deserve more love for their hard work of being a Miraculous fan. Okay, I'll stop. But me, listen, I've been watching since season 1, and the older I get, I'm just like, man, I don't know what these kids are talking about anymore. You know what I mean? The older you get, the more you realize, like, man, I don't, you know what? I think I'm an adult. I think I'm an adult. No, I am an adult. What the heck am I saying? Let's start again. What's up, guys? Vince right here. Today, this unserious video is about the ruler in Miraculous Ladybug Season 6. This is basically centered around Nathaniel, and also Mark, so their relationship. I can't believe they didn't kiss. That's kind of surprising. Anyways, I just had to say this first. For those that don't know, pretty much like, I used to do the webtoon content. I used to be part of within the LGBT movement. I guess I'm still am, because the thing is that I can't really erase really who I am. But ever since I come to Christ and became a Christian, I kind of like have this different view of really seeing this episode than I usually would see it when I was in that young phase of mine, I guess. I mean, I don't know. The older I get, things changes, I guess. But here's the thing. Nathaniel, in a sense, come on, I see the goat. I see the triangle. Hold on. Can I get let me. I need a quick sense here. Demon. No, I'm kidding. But no, sort of not. But I'm like, Triangle, goat horns. Uh, my goodness, it's every turn. It's every turn that I try to see my own community, or basically my former community in the LGBT plus community, where I'm like, man, can we just not? Can we be a little bit more angelic? You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, people are not gonna take the. I'm gonna get canceled. Thank goodness my channel is going is falling off, because I can't imagine having 1 million views. I just know I'm gonna end up in an Aspen Gold video. But anyways, this is just my thoughts of the episode. It shouldn't be my opinions or basically my beliefs. It shouldn't. It shouldn't. But this is my channel, damn it. What you think this is? Anyways, the episode itself does a good job of making sure that all the miraculous, or as I personally like to call it, no offense, Astra, okay, I don't know, miraculous, get, put that out here. Listen, Miraculous Squad. Okay, by the way, I just had like another extraction tooth, so I'm trying my best not to sound like Daffy Duck, but but no, that's Donald. But I'm trying my best here. Okay, I thought about my throat. Okay, it's gonna happen. My tooth is like hanging, like my freaking canines are just sticking out, like a One Piece character. But let me tell you, this episode did a good job of actually making sure that its squad actually gets treated the way it should, because there was this image of Nathaniel where some people just don't like. And thankfully he is sort of developing a bit more, especially as the episode, as the season goes on, we see that with each character here and there. Yes, there is a theme of the bad parents. I don't know what's up with that. Struck, you got a lot of explaining to do, my guy. Well, what did your poppy tell you, huh? What your poppy tell you, eh? Okay, well, what your mama tell you? Astra, just speak to the choir, okay, Kajino? Like, what you? Come on, my guy. But this episode has like certain aspects where I don't think the parents weren't that bad. I mean, I can look at Nathaniel's mom and be like, wow, okay, she needs Jesus, but also I'm like, maybe she does. I think I was wrong about her. I don't know. I feel like I don't like the mother. Okay, maybe I don't, and I don't really see that at all with Mark. So I was about to say every parent, but it's like, nope, not at least not for Mark, and also not for Sabrina's dad. I think. Okay, well, in the sense of him doing his job, I still can't forget, especially that last time I reviewed about Ivan and his dad, like he deserves to get arrested. What are you doing? You're just listen, Sabrina's dad. You're just making excuses here because he's too big and you scared. Come on, my guy, come on. But that, at least for this episode surrounding the parents, it's okay. I don't know. I can't give an opinion of that. What do you want from me? What do you think I am? You better stop it. But the episode itself, like, really shows how annoying Marinette is. That's another thing that I realized. Like, just stay home. Just stay home, Marinette. You're sick. Just stay home. You gotta sneeze everywhere. You gotta, like, well, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? Marinette, golly. Just stay home. Like, I thought this was supposed to be the season where you're not the focus, but you know what? She has to be because she is the leader, even though she's sick or something. And like what is so ashamed of being sick when you're at school? I feel like what was, like, because here's the thing. I find it strange that, when a kid is sick, they still want to go to school. I always find that weird because I remember when I was sick, when I was in like middle school or high school, I'm staying home. Even if I'm a little sick. I'm staying home. I'm staying home. I'm just gonna, chill in my bed, play Sly Cooper all day, play Metal Gear all day. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. But I am not going to school in that condition. Ain't happening. Ain't going to happen. So, I know, especially if I was sick in the middle of the day, even though it's ending, I'm still getting out early. And I feel like my parents would appreciate that, knowing that they don't have to deal with the damn traffic when picking me up from school. Oh, man, those were the days, right? Those were the days. Man, school feels like forever. I don't know when the last time I was in class. But the Marinette, stay home. Why are you out in these streets? Like, I get it, it's for the plot or something, but I don't understand why we have to write her as being sick. And I don't know if that's really needed. I feel like the episode would run more better if she wasn't sick, especially not seeing all this goop everywhere from Marinette's nose. Ugh! But whatever. Whatever. I mean, Adrian is cool, of course. And seeing all of the characters as well is pretty cool. And then we get to the arc of Nathaniel, knowing that he is going to be basically like, I feel like it's surprising that he didn't get akumatized, but, the mother got akumatized. Until this day, I'm like, man, till this minute, I'm like, why? Like, if this wasn't the Miraculous Squad, 100%, this would be, I forget Nathaniel's, like, akumatized villain name, but it would be like that all over again. Maybe a bit more powerful with the new Miraculous Order for Lila. But other than that, at least for this moment, that they made Nathaniel kind of a bit better than most of, like, I don't know, there's this hate for Nathaniel that I don't really understand at all. Like, I'm not saying that because I see myself as Nathaniel, and Nathaniel's, he's cool, but they find, man, the fandom finds him annoying, okay, which, whatever. But they also like Mark. But, they only like Nathaniel if Mark is around, which I'm like, whatever. just whatever. But at the same time, I never understood, or maybe I just don't remember, or, needlessly to care, because to this day, I'm just like, well, we're just getting to know all the other holders. All the other Miraculous, I feel like, is definitely we're seeing a better side of them than previous seasons, because we get to know the context of quote-unquote reasons. Even though I never hated Ivan, I never hated like Pegasus, okay? I never, there's a part of me where like, man, they using Pegasus a lot. They using Lucas a lot. But at the same time, I mean, like, I don't know, maybe there's something that Pegasus said to Ladybug, where it's like, man, use me as much as you want. Don't worry about it, okay? I will always be there. Like, he's kind of like the MVP of the Miraculous right now. He's at the top ranks, top tree, and the real top is, of course, Cat Noir and Ladybug, because, well, I don't know, It's the name of the show, but at the same time, it's like, man, where would Nathaniel be? Like, it seems like many people in the fandom are treating him like he's all the way down to the top 80 or something. I don't know. But this is just like, an episode that is supposedly to relate other people, especially of interest. Right now in this trend, listen, I'm not saying this in the especially doing webtoon for years at this point, but that is somewhat of a trend that for younger folks or something. I don't know. I just noticed that. I guess I guess Astrog is trying to find some trend. There's a part of me where I'm like, why is he like, he's going all in with the LGBT stuff in the show, and there's a part of me I'm like, there's a lot, I don't know, like, it's because that's a trend nowadays, but it's like, man, Astrog, you're really diving into this really hardcore or something. I'm kind of like, well, what? And especially as minors, which I find that, I don't know. Say it as you want to say. The thing is that I'm like, maybe like if we can see it as if they're older, it would make sense. But I don't know, man. I don't know. Just like, when it comes down to LGBT stuff with kids, like, to me, that's just not comfortable maybe like really decide if you're older because things change. Listen, I change. Okay, I was bi for the longest time, and maybe I'm still bi. But the thing is that I understood where that leads to. I understood where that come from, and it's dangerous. It's not. I'm just listen. I'm just telling the truth. Okay, if you know me, you know me. You know for a fact that the LGBT plus community is the number one community that I care about. In a certain point, especially during my height with webtoon. But as I grow up, especially now, I found out I don't know, like there's more into me. There's more of me than just that alone, and maybe my lifestyle has changed, my happiness has changed, and just stuff like that. We all grow up, but that can't be the only thing. I feel like just reaching to that point in the episodes where we're starting to see layers of these characters, it starts to mean more than just like what their relationship status is. But you just notice that through a lot of these characters and here and there, that a lot of them have relationships. It's still a romance cartoon show at the end of the day, especially with fighting scenes here and there. But anyways, like, let me see what other notes I have here. Okay, like, let me see. Okay. When the mother came in, just like, I never understood like why. I don't know if they're trying to give a symbolism of like homophobia, even though it wasn't directly to that. Maybe it was directed from the mother just not liking his son doing webcomics in general, or kind of like the same thing for me. My parents wanted me to get a good job, blah 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 blah, and I totally get that. But maybe that could be the same aspect as with Nathaniel and his parents. I mean, could be. But also, then again, I don't understand why the mother got akumatized. Like, she was already ruining Nathaniel's life, and now she just went in the deep end of, I don't know. I never understand. I have to watch it again. Maybe I have to listen to a couple of reviews here and there, but who really cares, right? I'm just giving my thoughts, my quick thoughts. That's it. And some of these thoughts could change in later episodes, but I never really got to that point. There are still like older reviews of videos of me doing Miraculous, and there's times where I'm like, man, I don't feel like really changing my mind of this and that because I'm not really a Miraculous channel. I just enjoy the show. And I think I say that with a lot of shows, all because I'm a fan of this show, of that show, all because I'm a fan of Arcane and or like our Avatar. Doesn't mean like I'm gonna make a whole channel about it. I'll just make a video about it and call it a day. That's basically what I'm doing. But yeah, Capra Kid, cool kid, cool name, cool. I'm trying to look it down my notes. Yeah, I didn't see most of the potential of the power. I don't know if I see like Mark. Yeah, I want to see Mark use his Miraculous. Man, that would have been something. But anyways, since I'm done with all that, let's get into the spoilers. So, apparently in the ending, Mark and Capra Kid, Nathaniel, man, I want to call him Capra Kid, but then I have to know what Mark's Miraculous name is. It's Rico, I think it is? I don't know. But in the end, both of them basically in the bedroom revealed, I know what you're looking at me like that. Stop looking at me like that. I'm not, okay? Okay, this is a kid show. But they basically revealed each other's power, which I'm like, okay. But then again, I'm like, gosh, I wonder what would happen if Ladybug found out about this, because I'm like, what would she do? Like, it could make things easier, like when two of them know each other's Miraculous. I know it made Marinette or Ladybug herself easier, knowing, like, especially showing it to her friend Alia. So, I mean, what's the difference here? But then again, it's like, there's something about this that feels wrong. But since two of them are a couple, it's kind of like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. We're just going to wait and see if that conflicts with anything. Because in my humble opinion, I feel like everyone else, and I mean everyone, especially between Adrian and Marinette, should deserve to find each other's identities. Ah, that's a hot take. It feels like a hot take out there. It feels like I'm about to get canceled. Oh no, I'm gonna get. Oh god, I got canceled. Oh, but seriously, it's just like it's just my thoughts. I'm thinking about it. I'm like, it would be easier, but I don't know, man. I can't analyze. I can't look at every single detail and really think like, is that a good idea? Is that not? Listen, I'm just saying in the overall truth, it will make things easier knowing that you would trust each other and knowing who is who. You don't need to tell like everyone else out there, out of your friend circle or out of the miraculous squad themselves. But if we're gonna defeat Lila, if we're gonna defeat Hawkmoth, then maybe that could be a potential there. So in my okay, in my prediction, at some point we could find that. Listen, it's gonna be a long time before we ever if that truth does come to life, like Marinette and Adrian and discovering each other who they are, like that could be for a while. For sure. Okay, probably until they're adults, which Astruck. I'm really hoping that these miraculous would grow that fuck. Okay, I'm sorry. They need to be adults. I want to see them as adults. Your fandom is turning to adults. They're getting old. I look at these fandoms. I look at them that I used to watch or something. There's ones that I still watch here and there within the Miraculous YouTube community. And they're in college, they're having families, they're growing up. And I'm like, man, I feel like I've been there, even though I'm old as crap. I'm kidding, I'm not that old, okay? Okay, it's only 3 gray hairs, shut up. But at the same time, it's like, man, we're all growing up here. And maybe, Asteroid, maybe you should grow up. Oh, damn, Vince, you better calm down. Yeah, I said it. Yeah, I said it. Sucker. But anyways, no. I'm just saying, Kujino, Astracchio, like, I want to see them grow. I want to see Miraculous. I want to see them grow up to be adults. The adult Miraculous. It's going to be the new Avengers. Avengers got nothing. They could be gone for all we know. And guess what's going to replace them? Your show, Astruck. Think about it. Think about it, my guy. Okay? Anyways, I'm just dropping ideas that you never... Man, listen. I could have a Lambo with the amount of ideas I have right now. Okay, I'll stop. But anyways, I'm here to have fun. Thank you guys for watching. Subscribe, like, comment, all that jazz. The ruler, 8 out of 10. One level to beat. God bless.